Self-esteem is a quality of being. Self-esteem is an energy. Self-esteem is a ritual, is a behavior, is a calling. No matter what happens to you, as long as you are aware of self-esteem, you will not be okay. You will not be fine. You will be in a higher state, which is calm, tranquility, peace. And the spiritual wisdom is what allows you to see, to observe. I will tell you something. There is a huge difference between seeing and watching. When you try to see something, it's precise, it's narrow, it's linear. But when you choose to watch, it is wiser, it's a context. So when we watch the trajectory of actions, behaviors, events, things that happens from the whole context, since when you have knowledge as a human until now, and you watch without judgment, self-esteem reveals itself. So the quality of the esteem that you give to yourself is what will reflect in the context of your life. Let's say right now I don't have a job. I'm struggling to have a job. If I see the whole context of my life, did I show up? Am I responsible? Am I professional? Do I accept my mistakes? Am I in the right place? The people who are evaluating me, do they know my context? Therefore, do I know what I am? What I have become? So when I'm struggling to find a job, but I just spread out the whole context of my life, I will see that at this same point I'm struggling, but my whole context was different. Now, if the same pattern repeats again, it is a calling to watch. Something will come out to the surface as a hidden lesson for growth, for spiritual maturity, and to recognize your self-esteem. Now, it's a win-win. Why? Because I will see far away, I will see in a broad way. And also, I will watch how I esteem myself, the esteem I give to myself, sorry. Now, once I have that esteem, when I show up to life finding jobs, I am more confident. When I see the whole context that I've been repeating the same pattern, I can lose the grip with what is holding me back. What is defining me as a small piece? Because don't forget, we define ourselves based on the past. So your esteem might be defined from the past events of your life. Now, the question is it true? Do you think you are that mistake? Or you think you are what came out of the mistake? Are you seeing your life passing by, or you are watching the film of your life? It's a huge difference. So if I look out of the window trying to see where my car is, I'm finding the color, the shape, the position. But if I just look at the window, I might see birds, I might see cars, I might see cycles, I might see people walking, I might hear different sounds. So it is richer to watch your life rather than seeing the points. Because the points will make you fall in the duality of I like this, I don't like this. I want this, I don't want this. And it's a distraction. So if I'm struggling now, let's say, to finish the example of work, and I tell myself, okay, at this point, I'm watching the whole context of my life. I can recognize this pattern that is repeating. Therefore, let's switch it, let's tweak it, let's see it from a different context. The whole life is an opportunity. Now, let's say I am always showing up, but at this moment, there is a constriction. I will not define myself with that. I will understand right now, I'm not having a job, but it doesn't define me. I'm not getting the job. Therefore, I will ask, what kind of job? What is behind what I'm going after? That is the purpose of this audio. What is behind of the purpose of watching your self-esteem? Is it to recognize yourself? Is it to discover your light? Is it to see how life is a gift? So, if you are struggling with something in the past, let's see the context. When we judge ourselves, it is very useful to extract ourselves to that position, to that time that happens, without judgment and watch. So the question why it happens, it will reveal himself through the actions, through the decisions, to the choices, the number of elections that we had. So it is very easy to look back and say, I should have done this. But also, it is very useful and pragmatic to watch and say, oh wow, that was me at that time, in that context. So it makes perfect sense. There is concordance and alignment with that choice, even if the result wasn't what I was expecting. Because the pain is when you have self esteem, you depend on the outcome. So you ignore the daily habits, reflections, and watching and the expansion of the context. Let me bring this into understanding. If I want to see the results and then value and see the self esteem, to see it is painful. It might be there or not. But if I want to watch the context and focus on the daily and the punctual and the right moment I did a choice, and I'm watching it, the answer is already there. Therefore, you cannot punish yourself. And you will understand that you cannot evaluate yourself. You cannot give your value based on the outcome. That's when the self-esteem is at risk. Why? Because it depends on the outcome. Am I good at this? Okay, I have self-esteem. Am I bad at this? Wow, I am rubbish. So the outcome is the distraction. And the way we analyze it is the distraction. So when we look at the content of our life and what is happening right now, we are missing the whole context. And when we see it instead of watching it, we are missing the source, the message. So self-esteem is an energy, and we can cultivate the energy and the habit of watching ourselves. I had a whole picture last night, content. I shouldn't have, I shouldn't have gone, and buy a pizza and I need to eat healthy food. Okay, let's see the context of your life. How many times have you done this? Not often. So what's the problem? Is it not okay to give yourself some time and eat what you like? So your self-esteem is untouchable. You bring love to the table, you bring understanding, you watch it. And you might see that you order a picture because of the reason, at that time, the reason was appropriate. We don't even judge why we did it. Maybe it was late, you didn't want to cook, you didn't have anything in the house, you just want a pic. Whatever reason is, we watch it and it will make sense. Now, the extraction, the conclusion has to be the context of life, which it will show me that that was a point and not the whole game. Now, I bought a picture and it's a pattern. It will help me to question, am I really eating like this because something is missing? Because when there is the lack of balance with food, sleep, emotions, is a message. There is something that is not into place. There is something we are not watching. Because the message will only come when you watch. Sometimes the context will demand you to see precise, specific. But the game of life normally is the whole context and watching and having a clear absence of judgment. I will always repeat myself in all the videos. Compassion to myself as a human. Understanding that logic will not give me all the answers. Unshakable willingness to love myself no matter what. Because what changes is the situations and the context of the context. So the events of my life, they're unfolding. But the context of my life, which is you, what you are, that's always the same. That's the state you find yourself when you meditate, when you go to nature, when you connect with your animals, with dogs, cats, whatever you like, when you connect with people, places, you go back to your source. And it doesn't change. It's a source of love, feeling complete, joy. Sometimes we choose some path or some ways, some roads, some avenues that we think they will take us to the source. That's why we fall into addictions. Because if I do this, I will find myself in that state, in that context. So eating food, whatever food is, if there is no reflection, we are not watching the context, there is no self-esteem, the choices will not be aligned. So we will understand that regulating the way we eat, it will measure and it will give us an understanding of the way we esteem ourselves, the way we love ourselves. When I say no to a pizza, I'm saying yes to a salad. When I say no to a pizza, I'm saying yes to fasting. When I say no to drinking, I'm saying yes to water. So a powerful no is a wonderful yes. So when I say I watch the context of my life, I'm saying yes to self-esteem. And when I say no to sin, to positioning myself to one singular particular event, I'm saying yes to the whole game. So self-esteem is an energy that is always there waiting for you to enjoy it. And it's devoid of what is happening. It is always there. And it's love. And it's healing. It's nourishing. It's balance. So if I am balanced, I will make a triangle where it's the soul or the spirit, the body, and the mind. So the mind will always say yes if there is no alignment with your soul. It will not have a filter to say no to something, especially when it comes to disruption. The body will follow because the body depends, 100% depends on the mind. So eating pizza is just a reflection of what you have in your mind. And it will show if there is a lack of connection or if there is connection. So this game is serious. Why? Because it depends on the long term, on the context of your life. So choosing to say no today to distractions, to avoiding to watch your self-esteem, to study the patterns that blocks the energy that flows from your spirit through the mind and straight to the body. When you do all of these things as an habit, then you are nourishing your self-esteem. So there is no particular way to do it. You can get to your source by multiple ways. Religion, spirituality, meditation, practices, whatever that, whatever tool or element or way of allowing yourself, remember this word, allowing yourself is very healthy and it has a healthy impact on the brain because it's telling you that you are okay anyway. So let me allow myself to explore this. Let me allow myself to start with this. There is no timing to change the direction of your life. There is no timing to decide that the destiny of life is you. You are here to discover what you are. Now you will grow, you will go through society, to the world, to the programmings, but you can cross and transcend all of those things when you keep the energy of self-esteem. So the question is, what is in your mind right now? Because that is what is projecting in your actions and through the body. If you are not allowing yourself to eat healthy food, not very straight, not very extreme, but 4 days out of 7, I drink water regularly. I have green, my plates, they have color, vegetables, carbs, proteins. I take care of myself. The mind, I allow the mind to be pragmatic, to be creative. I refuse to keep negative energies, this cycle, victim, perpetrator, victim, aggressor. I have refused my mind to walk in that stage. when I watch the whole context, is he a pattern? Or I'm just thinking like this because I feel? So the last question is, what is your soul? How will you describe your soul? Feel the energy when you just to think about your soul. How will you describe it? Now, paying attention to that energy, that feeling is your home. Ask yourself, how is your soul? How are you today? Feel if it's connected to the mind and to the body. The boss of life, the CEO of life is you, is your soul, and the rest will follow you. So, a soul that is connected, grounded, present, and there is the energy of self esteem, it will reflect and train the mind and the body to reflect the same thing. So it is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to drink sometimes. It is okay to just be there and don't do anything. But we will see if it's a pattern, if it comes from the choice of the mind, which rushes, is impulsive, comes from desire, or it comes from the spirit. The spirit is calm, is intuition, is sharp. It will tell you exactly, and you will not need to explain it to you because it's love. He's giving you the blueprint. So no matter what stage you are going through in your life, that's not a big deal. That's not a problem. Why? Because life is a transition. Life is unfolding, and you can have the choice to watch the context of your life and redirect yourself straight to your source, which is your soul. So please write in a paper tonight from 0 to 10 the rate of the self esteem that you are experiencing. That will give you a broad map of seeing at which point you find yourself. You hate yourself, you don't accept yourself, you don't agree with life, you think life is unfair, you are grateful, you accept life as it comes, you are open to anything in life, including vicissitudes, adversities. You trust that behind them there is a lesson. You genuinely love without exception. Are you open to forgive? Are you open to lose the grip of that thing that makes you feel like holding it? It makes sense, even if it's painful, even if your heart is bleeding. Are you willing to take the body to the grave just because you don't want to admit that it is okay? People will literally die instead of recognizing that the ego is driving my car. It's not even you. The ego doesn't exist. So what is promising you that keep going on, keep holding on this? It is not truth. It is not the truth. The truth will bring you instant peace, instant clarity, self-esteem. You will feel it. When it's truth, there is no chance to feel a negative energy. So watch your diet and go to the mind. Watch the mind and go to the soul. Always watch the whole context of your life. Your life is not this year. Your life is not this month. Your life is not today. It's the whole context. So slow down. What is in the past, let it be there. What is in the future, it is not yet. what is in the present can change. So we say yes to life, we say yes to self-esteem, we say yes to love, we say yes to light, and we say yes to the soul, to the spirit, and the rest will follow. Thank you very much for watching this video. Much more like this are coming. I love life. Life is beautiful no matter what. Why? Because the life I know as life is the one you are about to discover. It is inside you. I wish you the best today and forever. Thank you.